Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Nadine.
Oh my goodness, we were just talking about how we first met, and we met when in my first ever because I'd done Carmen Jones at the Royal Festival Hall in chorus, and then I was given chorus, in Opera de Lyon and doing Porgy and Bess, and instead of the one solo line that I got in the Royal Festival Hall, I got 7 solo lines.
All right.
and I remember there are 3 people that, for me, as I was first starting, that really stood out. There was one person, apart from Mireia Callas, but Keel Watson, I met in Ireland. I was stage managing a show, and I looked on stage and I said, oh my goodness, I want to do what he does. And he was the first person that I saw that I wanted to do that. We then had Gwyneth Ann Rand, who I saw her do something Verdi. And I remember looking at her and going, oh my God, her spirit and her, I want to do what she does. And the third person was yourself, because on that stage in Opera de Lyon, I saw you as Sporting Life, and I knew I wanted to be the technician and the diction person and everything and all the tools of this craft that you were. And I want to thank you for that, because that was amazing.
Thank you.
It's 9:01 already. I can't believe it. Hi, morning, Lena. This morning went way too fast in like a second. So good morning, everybody. I am Nadine Benjamin, the intuitive Verdi soprano. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be saying that for the last time for
I hope not.
a week. Anyway, morning, Hugh. I'm a certified NLP mind coach. I'm a certified high performance coach. I'm a healer, and I'm also a professional opera singer. I am here because I have been on 12 weeks safe at home, not allowed to leave my house until recently. And I just wanted to share all of the love and the tools that I've been taught across my life, and the people that I want to celebrate and be with, because I love connecting, celebrating, and championing people. That is my thing. Do you know what I mean? It's my kind of version of philanthropy, I suppose. And who I want to celebrate, champion, and just connect with you is Ronald Samm. Ronald Samm was born in Port of Spain, Trinidad. He studied at the Guildhall School of Music, Royal Northern College of Music in Manchester, and the National Opera Studio, sponsored by the Sybil Tutton Awards and the Royal Opera House, Covent Garden. Operatic roles include Verdi's Otello with Birmingham Opera and Opera North, Canio in Pagliacci with Scottish Opera, and Sporting Life in Porgy and Bess at Opera de Lyon. And I just want to say, before he went to study at the Guildhall School of Music and then went into music theatre, and then after that he went to the Royal Northern College of Music, but he'll tell us all about that later. Thank you so much. So morning, Jaco. Morning, Genevieve. So as I normally say, we are still in a time where we are opening up, but people are still safe at home or still kind of feeling the after effects of being in this period or this pandemic. Please, if you need some support, don't think because we're opening up, I must get myself back together again or whatever. Please, if you need some support, reach out to somebody, reach out to an organization. Just know that there is support for you, especially if you're struggling financially or anything like that. And also, if you know of anybody who's too shy or who's low, or you think, oh my God, I haven't heard from them in a long time, please pick up the phone to them, check in on them, check that they're okay. We really encourage it. And third thing, self-care. Please, everybody, let's get back into self-care. Make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're moving. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're sleeping, 8 hours a day. Make sure if social media is like blowing your brain away, please cut it down. Cut it down to 3 times a day, maybe 7 and 3 and 7 again in the day, rather than this rolling, scrolling madness and frenzy. Take your power back. Be empowered. It's time now. It's time for us to take back our empowerment. Okay, my lovelies. Ron.
Hola, as we say. Good morning again. Yes.
Susan, good morning, Susan. Linda, you're back. Hello, lovely to see you. And Marjorie, good morning, Marjorie. So Ron, tell us. It's so fantastic to have you with us this morning.
It's a great pleasure to be with you, Nadine. Great pleasure.
You're such a role model of mine, and I really, I really feel quite chuffed that you're here. So, what was your journey into music?
I was very, very, very lucky in that I went to a secondary school where we had a fantastic choir and a choir mistress who was just so brave. She had just come from the Royal College here, and so she was pretty young. And she just found all the boys who could sing in the college and made sure once we could sing a scale, right, you're in, you're out, you're in. It was as harsh as that. But she was brilliant. Her name was Lindianne Boddenrich. Is Lindianne Boddenrich. She's still alive. She's getting on in years now. But she was the one who really inspired a choir of boys from which, there are about 5 opera singers from that choir now, all over the world. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're playwrights. It's just incredible the way she inspired us, because she came to Trinidad. She came back to Trinidad from London, and we did some things that we did Pirates of Penzance. We did Merry Widow. It was incredible. We did Creation. We did Messiah. And I'm saying we did all this before I was 15. Joseph and the Technicolor Coat. It was incredible. One thing after the other. She did not stop.
Yeah.
And so she created in me, and I know in a whole load of people, a hunger for the stage, a hunger for finding out about music. Because there were days, I'll be honest, I'd sign in on the register, go to the music room, and not be back in class until the afternoon, or maybe going home time. I know, you did it. Yes. But I found out about so many composers, things like that. But in some ways, it opened your mind up, and you realize, oh my gosh. Yeah. After that, she encouraged me to take part in our biennial music festival in Trinidad and Tobago, which is highly competitive. So I entered twice, once 10 and under 13 boys solo. I came second then, and then 16 and under 19 boys solo, and I won that one. So that was the beginning of my eyes opening. Oh, that's not bad. But I never thought about singing as a career. Never did. Never did. I auditioned for the Amateur Operatic Society in Trinidad, and that was, I got in. I was understudying a friend of mine, yeah. But what happened was, no, that was the second production, forgive me. But the very first production, I was the youngest soloist in the Trinidad and Tobago Operatic Society, doing Ivanovich in Fledermaus.
No, really?
Yeah, I was 17, I think, 17 or 18. And as a result of this, because Havelock Nelson, he's deceased now, an Irish composer and conductor, he came down to Trinidad and he was the conductor, and he brought Noel Barker from Guildhall to coach the singers. For them, I think they realized it was fun. It was a great, a bit of a holiday and work as well. And they inspired us. We were inspired, but I was inspired by Noel, because she sat about 6 of us in a room one day, and she said, any one of you in here can be an opera singer. And I can tell you, a light went off over my head. Yeah. Yeah, it was like boom. And I was like,
shake the room.
Sorry. Yes, boom, boom, shake the room. And believe it or not, I thought I can be an opera singer career. It was one of those moments. So I went home, told my parents, and honestly, my parents I sat down with them, and they said, no, you're not going to be an opera singer. It's very flighty. It's something that you have to be really sure about. And if I be totally honest, my mom said to me, not with my money you aren't. That's what she said. Yep, that was it from them. So I said, all right. I then just did everything in Trinidad. I was a member of a pop band called 3 Tons of Fun. Yep. and we're still great friends to this day. I worked in a bank for 3 years to save money, and I did everything. As a result, because there were loads of operas going on at the time, Merry Widow, Carmen, Cavan Pag, but I didn't get solo roles in all of them, but I got solo roles in quite a few of them. And every time I walked out on stage, in the audience, I could see this very distinct head of hair, gray and black, afro. And I know that was my mother. She was there at every performance, every single one. And I got into Guildhall via a tape. Yeah. From Trinidad, sent from Trinidad. I was helped by that wonderful soprano, Anne Friedel. Yeah, she was incredible for me. She was incredible. And I got in, depending on a live audition once I got there. Unfortunately, my mom died in the December before I went to Guildhall. And on her deathbed, she made my father promise to help me. And he was one of my biggest fans, one of my biggest supporters, till he died in 1996. So it was an incredible journey that way to get into Guildhall. So when I got into Guildhall, I knew, I just realized this ain't no dress rehearsal. It's now or never. I had no idea what I wanted to do. When I say wanted to do, which genre I would get into, whether it be opera or musical theater. And I honestly said, let my voice, my character, and my capability to decide. Yeah. And thankfully, I got the exposure to everything and I was able to decide eventually.
Yeah. That's such a wow. I feel really moved by your story. Just amazing.
I want to big up my mom and dad. Exactly. Yeah, wherever they are.
Wherever, incredible parents and incredible teachers as well. And,
absolutely.
Morning, Kathy. Marjorie is saying Ronald's speaking voice is scrumptious. And then she says that teacher is a saint. And Linda is saying, wow, teachers are so important. Absolutely. Yeah, we all agree with that. And Ali, hey Ali, hello, how are you? Alison Buchanan, another wonderful soprano. Oh, so lovely to see you here, Alison. Thank you for being here. And Ali's also just saying wonderful parents. So what happened like after college? What happened?
Well, after college at that time, well, I suppose even now, you have to have a work permit to work in the country. Right. And that was very tough for me in coming. But luckily, in my last year at college, in my third year at college, I got a role in Born Again in Chichester. And I sort of had to have a temporary work permit for that. And that was the beginning of my getting a permanent work permit through working on in musicals and other things. In my fourth year, I got into the chorus of ENO. But but I couldn't do it because they weren't willing to apply for a work permit for me. So in order to get a work permit, you have to be, at that time, you had to have somebody really behind you to apply for that work permit and to show that you were the person for the role, the only person for the role. And there was a little company called Theater Center. There was an opera called Secret Garden, and I got the role of Dickon. And I was they applied for a work permit for me. And that was the first time I got the start of a permanent work permit, because at that time you had to have 3 or 4 years consecutively to apply for a work permit. And I was really lucky. That was the first one. And I remember at the end of it, the Home Office said, this is highly unusual for us to grant this, but we will at this time. And thank God they did it, because after that, I was able to go into West End auditions and what we call cattle calls. Just, everybody, they advertise in the stage and you just get there. And I was able to get firstly into Carmen Jones as Escamillo. the Husky Miller part,
Oh, wow.
which was so much fun to play, really, at the Old Vic. It was so good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I worked with people, like Simon Callow was our director, Wilhelmina Fernandez was Carmen. It was absolutely, and that, I have to say, working on the West End was a blessing for me. After Carmen Jones, I did Buddy Holly's story, one of the Apollo singers, the Sam Cooke part. And and that being on the West End taught me how to act. I just want to mention that because you mentioned about my words and about my acting.
You're phenomenal. Like, I'm always like,
bless you, babe.
Do that. Like, I want that.
Yeah, it just strips you of inhibition, and you get the bravery to just try stuff, do stuff, and whatever you do on stage is not wrong. Whatever you do, because it's just the feeling for that night. If you understand what I mean. Yeah. And people, if you're intuitive, and your colleagues pick up on it, it just goes in a totally fantastic. It's electric. When everybody's on it, it's like, oh, yes, it's an amazing feeling. Amazing. Yeah. I mean,
I love that. I mean, I was a member of Battersea Arts Centre Youth Theatre. And so I did a lot of acting, and and I remember exactly, which I found the difference in opera actually. And I don't know if you'll agree with this, but I felt as an actor, I could go with my impulses, because just whatever came up was okay. But in opera, I can't go with all my impulses because I've got to think about my instrument.
I know. Yeah. The discipline to keep your instrument going is so important. But the thing is, sometimes you have to dare yourself to go go outside the box.
Yeah.
And that's when even more magic happens. Yeah. More magic. Yeah. So after the West End, I was really lucky in the last year at Buddy Holly's story because I had always kept my singing lessons going. I auditioned for the Royal Overseas League. And I got through the first round, but I didn't get into the second round. And the very next morning of that audition, when I knew I didn't get in, I was a bit dejected. I got a phone call at 7:30 in the morning from a lady. She said, "Hello, my name is Adele Lee, and I saw you." she saw me on the audition, and she said, "Listen, I'm one of the administrators, and I'm scouts for the Peter Moore's Lord Pitt Foundation scholarships, and I would like you to apply for it." And it was connected to the Royal Northern, and I realized, you know what? This is my dream, has always been my dream. I left musicals, went to the Royal Northern for 2 years as a postgrad because I got the scholarship, which was great. And I just learned so much more about tenor technique. And I think my body was able to take it then because I was older. My mind was in a better frame of mind. And that was an enjoyable experience in Manchester, being away from London. I did drink quite a lot, I have to say. But I call that an education. But we drank and we learned about music and technique. After which I National Opera Studio, as you said, and from there it just took off. It took off. I'm so sorry, that should be off.
Yeah. All right. So while you're doing that, I'll just say, Susan Pentland is saying, yes, I love his voice. Claire is saying, gorgeous Ronald, sending huge kisses and even bigger hugs. Lovely. Linda is saying, such an incredible story. Alison Buchanan saying, but you have always been a tremendous performer. You are dynamic on stage, which is, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with her. So, you've performed all over the world. You've performed in like Wagner, you've performed in Verdi, you've had this kind of, I don't know, just wonderful career. And as your voice has grown, you've changed repertoire, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I have to thank the Opera Studio for that, really.
Yeah,
definitely. I entered the Opera Studio singing things like Tamino, Alfredo, Traviata, things, and Lenski. And there was one lady in particular called Isabel Flynn. Isabel Flynn was a coach there. At the time, I didn't even have a singing teacher because my singing teacher was in Manchester, and I was trying to find someone in London who I could depend on. She took me for a whole term every morning at 9:30. And my voice changed one morning. I have to say, just say one morning. She was just constant on me, constantly on me, because I wasn't releasing the breath. That splat that everybody feels before a phrase or at the end of a phrase. I wasn't familiar with that at all. If you hear it as I'm speaking, if you hear the breath as I speak, just before I speak, that's the splat for me. Yeah. And she was the one that found the voice one morning. We were both working together. And she said, "That's it, that's it, that's it." And I was like, she said, "Just repeat that if you can." And I was really lucky that I could. Yeah. And from there, my voice just grew and grew. Because she said, "You need to be singing Wagner. And I think you will sing Othello one day." And I was like, that was one of my dreams. From the day I entered Guildhall, very first time, I said, "Oh, I'd love to sing Othello one day." And I've been really blessed to have sung it. And it's been a wonderful journey.
Oh, so you just, so in that terms of a wonderful journey, have there been any slight challenges and how have you got through them?
Yeah, there have been challenges, definitely. First of all, there are in our business, opera is now competing with film, with theater, and I'm a big boy. I've always been a big boy. So things like that, being a big man on stage, but I move well, thankfully.
You move! I'm telling you, you are one of the most flexible people.
Because I love dancing. And I do my yoga and stuff like that to keep flexible.
Yeah.
So but people don't assume that when you walk into an audition, yeah. So sometimes if they reluctantly give you a job and then they realize, oh, okay, wow, yeah, fine, yeah. There's also the aspect of me being an Afro-Caribbean tenor. Yeah, it has been challenging, and in some ways you get the roles. In the beginning, I was getting roles that nobody could sing, and that they were trying to find someone to do. And I was really lucky to be able to do things like Florestan and things like that. Like Birmingham Opera has been a blessing for me.
I love
a
them
blessing.
down there. Yeah, absolutely.
They are absolutely terrific. I learned so much with Graham Vick and Ron and Jane. It's jaw dropping.
Yeah. And they keep going after the truth. They will not off you.
They're relentless. They're absolutely relentless.
Yeah.
And I flourish in that kind of atmosphere.
Me too.
I think singers flourish in that atmosphere. It's challenging, yes. It's tiring, yes. But at the end of the whole process, you're a better human being. You're a better performer. And what else do you want from every production that we do? We have to develop. At least that is my thing. From every production, I want to be better.
Yes.
At the end of it, it's got to be like that. It's the only way. Why else would you do it? It's not about you singing on stage all the time. No, it's not that. For me, it's all about the character and what you bring to the music. Okay, the dots are there on the page, but you have to claim those dots and make them yours, as if it's never been sung before.
I love it. I could really hear your passion for
yeah. I'm a firm believer in that. It's so important. It's so important. So every role that I do, I've got to claim it. I have to say sometimes I don't do that in life enough. But I do it on stage because it's my joy. It's my passion.
Yeah. Alex, Claire Pendleton Holy is saying drinking. I remember drinking your Ponko creme. What is that?
Punch a creme. Oh, Claire.
And Orphy Robinson is saying, hello, Orphy. Such a pleasure to have you here. I love your musicianship. Congratulations on a brilliant series. More power to you. Thank you, Orphy. I really appreciate that. We should get you on here, actually, the next time I come back, because, anyway. Claire is saying he got the moves. His dancing is off the scale. Fabulous. And
thank you, Claire.
And Hugh is saying, love to hear Ronald's journey and thank him for sharing. For the love of the stage, we can move mountains and anything that gets in our way. Absolutely, Hugh. Genevieve is going. Woo! And Alison Buchanan is saying Birmingham Opera is amazing. I love their ethos. Genevieve is saying couldn't have said it better. Big love, Ronald. Orphy Robertson is saying hi. I would love to. Yes, brilliant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, this is wonderful. I love it. So, from music theory, theatre to opera, what do you kind of mean by that?
Well, it's my journey. I was 3 years in music theatre, and then I did the years training, even more training for opera, and I landed up in opera. And for me, that journey, I wish more singers could do it in some way, because it creates an openness and a zest for being on stage in a character. I think that is what has helped me and has given me that impetus to be who I am today. I don't get bored. No, okay, we know what it's like learning music. For me, I'm not a great sight singer, so I have to pound the notes out. Luckily, I play the piano a little bit. So my joy is creating a role from scratch, and a role that I've never done before, and putting my stamp on it.
Yes.
I
mean, in terms of, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
We did it. Around your diction. Like, how do you kind of? I there are few people on my hand that I can say his diction is anywhere close to, and I'm including famous people. Like, how do you do that?
I think. Well, no, nothing. I know. I was really lucky at Guildhall to meet a lady called Yvonne Wells. She was a voice and speech coach, and she taught us. I mean, I had her for 3 years, and she was incredible. She pointed out things to me, like, say, for instance, I still have a splashy S. It's not completely but she gave me exercises to do. And she just gave us all, and I took it seriously, because, as I said, I wasn't sure if I wanted to be on the stage or an opera singer. And so I really did those exercises every week, and that they created in me the diction that you hear.
You're talking
and also
about having that discipline, that
self-discipline to really do the exercises. You get your consonants forward, get everything right in the right place. And even when you take when you have a new role, I speak the whole thing over and over, and then I start to intone. I intone on one note, the whole thing, even before I know the whole, the geography of the notes, etc. And that really helps. That really helps. And know exactly what you're singing about, every single nuance, what every word means. It's hard work, but it really does pay off.
Well, it definitely pays off. When I watch you, I become inspired when I watch you, and just like, and I'm like, what have I got to do? It's so wonderful. Teresa is sending you some sunshine, and Alison Buchanan is saying Yvonne Wells.
Yes, Ali was with me at Guildhall. She was younger than me. Ali was with me at Guildhall. She is a fantastic soprano, and also she's the artistic director of Pegasus Opera.
Yes,
Pegasus Opera is very helpful for me, and I'm very involved with them. I used to be their educational coordinator. Their founder, Lloyd Newton, was a great friend of mine. And Ali's taken over the mantle, and she's doing a terrific job in bringing Pegasus into new light. It's a fantastic company.
Lloyd Newton did incredible work in terms of, for Black singers. He was really instrumental in creating something so Black singers had a safe space to be. Often misunderstood was Lloyd Newton.
Very true.
In light of today's kind of art, totally now understood. So
Pegasus Opera was the first, after I left the opera studio, Pegasus Opera was the first company to employ me to do Tamino, Don Jose,
Wow.
they gave me opportunities to shine, opportunities to display what I had learned, what my process. And Lloyd, in his own way, he said, Ron, do it. He always said, just do it the way you do it. Yeah. And that really was another light bulb time moment in my life where I had the freedom and the space to do that. So I really hope that we get back to those days where we can do that for young people. Always, and nurture and bring them into their own light.
Yes. Alison, and all your experience that you're bringing to Pegasus Opera now, we absolutely celebrate you and champion you. And maybe there'll be a time where you can come on and talk about your work and how you're changing things and working into a new light. I would love that. That would be fantastic. So Faye saying, wonderful. Claire Pendleton Holy saying, bless Lloyd, lovely. Yes. And Linda is saying, self-discipline and hard work really pays off. Absolutely. And Ali is saying, thank you for talking about Lloyd and Pegasus. Not at all, Ali. We love you.
Yes, thank you, girl.
So tell us 3 tips for us.
3 tips?
Yes.
Woo! All right. First of all, be true to your own self. When I encounter a role and you look at it, and you're employed to do it, just love it. Find something that you love in it and go from there. Start from there. Sometimes you have to say no, though. Sometimes you have to realize, look at the role and say, the same for me, because it's not striking that chord. But 90% of the times, and also because you need the work, you say, all right, let me find something that I love in this. That's one. Really be truthful to your own self. Second of all, be versatile. Be versatile. We can't, in 2020, we really can't be one of these people who say, oh, I only do opera. Oh, I only do this. Try other stuff. Don't be rigid. And I think that comes that in life as well, we can't be as rigid as you think you ought to be. We have to be flexible. Look at these days. Who would have, foreseen lockdown for 3 months? Yeah? 3 or 4 months. These sort of, we've got to be versatile. So people are back on Zoom, creating a career from Zoom. I've seen people who have really excelled in this period and keeping themselves going, keeping their light alive, keeping their performance going. It's exemplary, some of the stuff that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, in this time, it's been wonderful to see people recognize that they have other gifts other than the ones that they thought that they had, and making use of those gifts. I mean, I myself have started coaching again, so I'm a life coach anyway. I'm a trained life coach, and I always kept my qualifications up. So glad that now that I can serve in that way and be a life coach to people, it's really wonderful. So I hear you. What's the third one?
Third one, I have to say, as I become an older man, as I am an older man, is take care of yourself. We have to take care of ourselves. It's really important. Your health is without your health, we've got nothing. Yeah. We really don't have anything. And as we get old, you can't take your youth for granted. Do not take your youth for granted, because those are the years where we have zest without knowledge, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And now I have more knowledge, slightly less zest, but I'm working on that. With my yoga and trying to keep walking and everything. And in lockdown, it's been tough to try and get out there and do stuff. But it's pushing yourself, challenging yourself. Yeah.
They say actually that you have this zest in youth, but actually the time where you make the most difference in life is between the age of 40 to 60.
Is that so? Well, I could understand it. Yeah, I could understand it.
Absolutely.
I've passed that up the 40, and I'm approaching the 60 soon. Well, not soon, in a few years' time. But I've seen it. I've seen it in myself. My singing, my art, the way I display my art, or the way I feel about my art, has just jumped leaps and bounds, exponential increase in insight.
Sorry, but my door, I can't believe it.
It's all right. I had my phone just now, girl. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in with Nadine and myself this morning. As you can tell, we know each other for a while, and it's like being with an old friend. Yeah, just chewing the cud early in the morning after a cup of tea.
Thank you so much. That was obviously because I'm safe at home. That was the delivery of my food, my shopping, because obviously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
well done, girl. Well done.
Apologies for that. So Joseph Hookway is saying, what a wonderful man. This is exactly why I love this industry. It's filled with such incredible and heartwarming people. So enlightening for a young singer. Absolutely. And yes, Joseph, when I saw Ron, I was so enlightened. And Lena was saying, I have 3 years left. And Lena says, lovely to meet you. And Kiel Watson, oh my God.
Hey! My brother from another mother.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Everybody's tuning in this morning. Morning, Kiel.
Oh, Ron, well, you're such a, you really are special to all of us, you know, and I just really want you to know that, you know, you've encouraged and, you know, just by your actions, you know, a wealth of people that want to do better and be better. And it's just been wonderful to see you on stage and to see you are fearless on stage, which is really wonderful. And you do talk about this thing where you're more flexible than people think. And when and you are a bigger guy, it's true. So when we see you do that, it's like, if you can do that, so can I. You know, you know, you've inspired me anyway. I will never forget those days at Opera de Lyon when I was just watching you. I would watch you from the side every night because I wanted to learn. I watched you from the side every night that you was.
You never told me that.
No,
bless you, babe. Thank you. Thank you.
Because I wanted to know, how does this man do what he does? You know.
You also inspire me, Nadine, with your positivity and your love that you give out and you reach out. I mean, this series alone, I mean, you please continue it. I really wish that you continue this forever. And thank you so much for asking me. Your positivity, your light, you know, you are exceptional. Exceptional.
That means so much coming from you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Don't stop me crying. But
Sorry, babe. Sorry.
You know, it's like it's
that influential, very Soprano. That's what you are. Individual, influential. It's just your light. Your light. I mean, and you have inspired me and loved me for in a way that you've supported me. People out there don't know, but you've been so influential in my rebirth in so many ways. All right, I won't make you cry. Sorry.
Thank you. I have to keep walking my talk and just being open to receiving, because sometimes like I can want to push it. You know, like when people say good things about you, I'm so great at saying good things about other people, but I do find it difficult to receive, and I'm being honest about that. And so I'm receiving. I'm staying open. I'm opening my body to receive your love, and I appreciate it. And I thank you so much. It is an honor. It is an honor, and it has been an honor to be here, so we can connect.
Yeah, when we need to connect, we need to connect.
Because when we started this journey in this pandemic, I know there were a lot of frightened people and there were a lot of anxious people. And recently, you know, we've had the thing with the Black Lives Matter, you know, and everything coming up, and the trauma and the anxiety, and you know. We need to be able to see each other with love, you know, and to be able to see that, you know, that the qualities that everybody has and the journeys that everybody takes, you know, and to see more of the similarities than we see the differences. And in this space, there has been so much love on a daily basis, every morning. And everybody that's always come back, like Claire and Marjorie and Michael and Rebecca and Teresa, and like everybody, you know, every morning, Lena, Susan Pentland, that have come back every morning, and we have all been here for each other in love, in light, in positivity, encouraging each other, and this is how we need to be in the world,
Yes,
We have
yes.
advocates for peace and advocates for truth and advocates for standing as one, because, inside we are all the same. We have the same bones, we have the same blood, we have the same hearts, and it's woo!
Yes, amen. Preach it and say it, speak it, be it. Yeah.
So thank you. We've got Teresa saying, "Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, I love this start to my day." Claire is saying, "Kill, how lovely." Sarah Harding is saying, "Very inspiring." Hugh is saying, "You are welcome, Ronald. Even the profiling in when Nadine answered the door, the professional feeling when Nadine answered the door." Yeah, exactly. And Claire saying, "We love Nadine." Linda saying, "Ron, you are so inspiring. God bless." And Claire is saying, "It's so hard to receive." Absolutely. So that's why I have to walk my talk and just take it. And Marjorie saying, "Two amazing, inspirational people." Michael Koch Young is sending love. Alison Buchanan is saying, "Yes, congratulations, Nina, on a wonderful series, and for all the wonderful things you have done in your career, and for the way you speak your truth. You're a wonderful woman." Thank you, Alison. Keel is saying, "No crying, celebrate, congratulate." Syndicate your wealth of positivity. So not the time for Kleenex. Claire, oh my God, I can't do it fast enough. There's too many comments.
Bloody heck, yeah, I see that now. Oh, Genevieve.
Yeah, and Claire is saying, "Love is everything. Love, let it shine through." Absolutely, Claire.
Richard Willisey, Birmingham Opera. Shine on.
Thank you for being here, Chichi. You have been amazing. Lena, thank you for being here all the time. Teresa, crying is an expression of grace. Oh, I love that, Teresa. Thank you. Joseph Hookway saying, "You're an inspiration, Nadine. You celebrate and champion so many, and we all celebrate and champion you." Woohoo!
Yes.
Lisa is saying yes. Claire is saying woohoo. Marjorie is saying yes. Your series has been a wonderful start and taught me about giving out confidence and love. Thank you. Alison Buchanan saying, "Morning, sis." Richard Villison's here from Birmingham Opera.
Yeah.
Going on, he's saying.
Thank you, Richard.
The best positive way to start my day, sending the love. And Genevieve is saying, "A really inspirational way to start the day. Thank you so much, both so much." Susan is saying, "Ronald's last tip is so true. To look after yourself. Love and thank you, Nadine. Thank you both. Stay safe." And Chichi is saying, "Love you both. Stay bright."
Yeah, thank you. Girl.
After all that, where can we find you, Ron?
Well, you can find me on my website, ronaldsamm.com.
Yeah.
Also, upcoming, I've got the Princeton Festival coming up in two guys. It's amazingly, they asked me to sing, because I've not sung musicals in a while. They asked me to contribute to a musical evening that they're doing on the 20th of June. And also to record some Wagner for them, for their archives. It's just incredible. It's a really... It's a wonderful, wonderful time.
Amazing. It's amazing, isn't it, how we're all thinking outside the box and we're coming up with ways to keep serving as artists, whether that be singing or talking or speaking or presenting or writing or composing. We're all coming up with ways to just kind of stay up. So it's great that you've got these projects that you can...
Thank God. And I have a funny feeling these projects and the way that they're happening, like with Zoom and stuff, this is just the beginning. Really.
Yeah. I love Huey saying, "No woman, no
cry." No cry. No woman, no cry.
Love it. Michael Carter Young is saying, "The heart was me saying how much I love these." We love you too, Michael. And Faye Clinton is saying, "Lovely tonic." So,
hi, Faye. Faye's a wonderful cellist. Yep.
Wonderful. Oh, I want to speak to you, Faye. I'm going to send you a note. There's something I would like to do. I'm so glad you said that. So,
ding! I saw the light bulb go off above your head, girl.
You know what I'm like.
I
I've
know.
all
Yeah,
day
all
and I'm
good,
off.
all good, all good.
So
See,
before we leave,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like let's leave because But have you got any final thoughts?
yeah. And you mentioned it just now. We are going through a really unprecedented time now in the world. I would never have thought this would ever have happened. We're at home and locked on from a disease. We have people talking about and doing things for Black Lives Matter, getting involved. But all I can say is be aware, take part, be safe, and fall in love with yourself every day, every morning. Just do it because that's and keep your equilibrium. Because as you know, as my friends know, my equilibrium has been up and down sometimes, but thanks to friends like Alison, like you, like Keel, like so many others who keep me going and make me realize if I get that clique of friends around you that support you, that love you, they'll tell you when you're doing shite, but will also hold you up when you're failing and regain your equilibrium and keep going.
Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, I don't have anything more to say on any of what you've just said. So thank
Bless
you
you,
so
babe.
much. Thank you so much. So remember what I said, it's weekend time. Please plan your life, schedule your life, even if it means you're going to sit and watch Netflix or you want to create a wonderful project. Put it in a plan, put it in a schedule, because the more you keep that in the plan and the schedule, you become empowered and you are in control of you. And that's what we need right now, is to just keep that. And even if you put in relaxation time, but remember, self-care, 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 really important. And thank you. It has been wonderful to be here with you for, I think this is episode 62. So on episode 62, we are over and out.
Over and out.
I will be back. I will be back. I think we're going to see how I can come back in a week's time. This process takes a lot of things to do. I think it takes about 4.5 hours a day to do. So we're going to look at if I can get some support around it, just to keep it going, because I've been doing it on my own for so long. So what I would love just for all of you to know is just to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for all for being here with me every day. It has been wonderful, and for every guest and for every authentic heart that is shared in the chat and on here. Thank you so much, because that we wouldn't have that connection without your truth. And I want you to also know that unbeknownst to every guest that has been on here, there have been people that have messaged me and have phoned me to let me know that during this time, that the only reason why they have got up in the morning is because this is happening, and that it has saved their lives, because some people have been very suicidal. And there have been some people who have taken real darkness to alcohol and have had a loss of control. But because we have all been together here, reminding everybody that they can stay and stand in their light, we have saved lives. And I want you to know how deep that goes. And I haven't spoken about it before because I don't feel that that's been my place. But as I'm going out today, I need you to all hear that. So when I have spoken about everybody going out and speaking and picking up the phone to someone, I am saying it because you never know when you're saving somebody's life. So thank you all so much. I'm going to read these final quotes and then we are going to go out. So Faye Clinton is saying, thank you, Ron, very kind. Lena is sending a love heart. Joseph is saying, so true. The greatest love story of our lives is the one we have with ourselves. And Hugh Clifford is saying, thanks again for this morning, guys. Keep the faith and stay safe. Nadine, enjoy your break and the crack. And Lena is saying, stay safe, stay well, love, love, love. Lena Christmas is saying, thank you. Linda was saying, such a positive and great way to start my day. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Nadine. I really miss you, Nadine. Jacko is saying thanks. Dave is saying thank you. Loved listening to you both. Claire is saying thanks so much, Nadine. I've loved your series. What an honour to have been interviewed. Thank you so much for giving your time. It's so precious. And Orphy Robinson saying that's so powerful and so inspiring. And Susan is saying enjoy your week after dinner and dessert. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm going.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Much love.
Oh, you've just led a wonderful morning. We are going out this morning with joy in our hearts because of the love that you've poured into this space. You are a phenomenal artist. And I want you to know that you are a leader and we want to hear more from you. I don't know how you want to show up. I don't know what you want to say, but we want to hear it. Okay, my lovely?
Thank you.
Take care, everybody. Love you.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and watching and